In this video, I'm going to show you how to place some automated trades inside of the ThinkOrSwim platform. The first step is figuring out the ticker you actually want to place these automated trades in. For me, I'm using Johnson & Johnson. It's one of the stocks which has breached our volatility box models. If you take a look at the daily time frame chart, we're still in a market stage of acceleration. That tells me my bias is to the long side. We're seeing an intraday sell-off, and the sell-off has breached our volatility box models, telling me I have a volatility edge. Now the question is, where do I actually want to get involved? At what price? And what is my actual signal or my cue that tells me, hey, it's okay to buy? Now, for that, I'm going to walk you through the setup through my eyes. First, let me start with a 30-minute time frame chart, and I'm actually going to clear out my charts with all indicators and show you first off where these levels even come from, these red lines that you see on the chart. There are Fibonacci extension levels, and all I've done is I've taken previous moves, so you'll see the swing high to swing low, swing high to swing low, swing high to swing low, and this gives me 4 different swings, and I've projected them from our current swing high near that 262 mark. What that gives us is 4 different downside projections, and all this is telling us is typically, if you compare past swings in Johnson & Johnson, this is where they would have exhausted, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you'll notice I have a blind order working at 254.12. Why is that? Well, it's the third most level, and this level is outside of our conservative volatility box models, where I'm perfectly content with blind orders. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to load back in our daily models. We can see this on a 30-minute chart, and the level is 254.12 right outside of the cloud. So if we see one more downside push, that is where this order gets filled. Now let's say we don't actually see that. As of right now, it feels like price is starting to stabilize, at least just a little bit. It might lead to the next puke down, but we don't know that. That is us simply guessing. So how do we know if this is the level that holds 255.99, and in fact, we actually want to be looking to get long here? Well, there's 2 different clues that I like to look at. The first is the edge signal confirmation. That's this green arrow. It's our proprietary indicator. It's included for free with the Volatility Box membership. And you can think of it as the RSI on steroids, if you will. There's a lot of factors it looks at, and at the end of the day, it prints a green arrow when it believes we're officially in this oversold territory. Combine that with our Volatility Box models, and that's setup number 1 that I'm looking at. Now we can automate this setup. If I come into our website, tosindicators.com/automated-trading, you'll find that there's some examples here. There's longer tutorials which help build you fundamentals, a good foundation, and then there's specific examples. So let's say I wanted to buy Johnson & Johnson whenever we see that green edge signal confirmation. Well, that's example number 5, where you'll see the tools required is the edge signals indicator. The bullish position is the green edge signal arrow, and all I need to do is take the bull code, I can hit copy code, come inside of ThinkOrSwim here, right click, select buy, make sure you edit the quantity to something you're comfortable with in terms of automated trading, and then click the setup or settings icon, on the far right hand side. Once you do that, you'll pull up the order rules panel, and underneath here, you'll find a section which says conditions. So let's go ahead and modify that. I'll put symbol, Johnson & Johnson. Inside of method, we'll select study, edit, thinkScript editor. We're on the 2-minute time frame chart, so I'll switch to the 2-minute. I have extended hours turned on. I'm going to paste in all of that code and simply click trigger if true. Okay. We can also add a cancel condition, which I will do. I'll say cancel if it's 8:45 and we have yet to see this order. We want to limit this order to the bid, and we also want to make sure that this order is less than $255.99, which we can do back inside of our study here. I'm going to click edit, scroll down to the bottom, and add one more condition which says and close is less than 255.99. We'll say less than or equal to. Okay. If you want to adjust your bid price or anything, if you want to have it be a few pennies less, this is where you can go ahead and create that offset. Time in force is day. I'm going to leave everything as is and then click confirm and send. So that's the first automated trade that's now working for us. what ThinkOrSwim is going to automatically do is wait for that green arrow to trigger. If that green arrow triggers, but it's greater than 255.99, meaning we're above this line, then I'm not looking to take an entry. But let's say price pulls back inside of our conservative models. We see the green arrow. We're below 255.99, but somewhere in between this region right here, well, then go ahead and automatically buy, layer into the position. So that's what this first order does. Now let me tell you the second one, which is all around momentum. So we come back into all of our different examples here, and I'm going to come back to the top. And this time for our momentum example, we're going to use example number 1, momentum cross. I'm going to copy this code, same idea, right click, choose a quantity that you're comfortable with. So I'm going to use 5 again here. And one more time, we're going to click the settings icon. Inside of conditions, symbol, which will autofill, method, study, edit. Navigate to ThinkScript editor. We're going to select 2 minutes here, paste in all of that code, trigger if true, and I want to add in the condition and close as less than 255.99, less than or equal to. Okay, cancel at 8:45, right before the lunchtime hour if this has not been filled. Limit this to the bid price since we're looking to buy. I'm not going to do anything funny there around the actual price, but let's say actually, you know what, let's do that. Let's say since this is a momentum trade, we know that maybe the candle might be a little bit bigger. We want to have an offset of a little bit less, so 10 cents less than whatever the bid might be. Save, confirm and send. And now we have a second order, so 2 automated trading orders working for us and 1 static order. So let me do a quick recap of what we did so far in this session here. We started off by first taking a look at some simple Fibonacci levels, and this was using the 30-minute chart. I showed you how I projected some of them to get to the levels we currently have. That gave us the first blind order near 254.12, and that's simply because it's outside of the conservative models. Then we saw, or noticed rather, that 255.99 seems to be holding right now. I have a bias that will break below and enter the conservative model territory. Now, I don't know if that's likely to be the case or not, so I have 2 different automated orders that I've created so I don't have to sit here and stare at the charts. The first automated trading order is going to enter whenever we see the edge signal confirmation. The second order is going to enter whenever we see the momentum cross. That's this blue dot right here. So that's 2 different automated trading orders that will get us into 5 shares each, so 10 shares in total, and then another 10 shares if we do fall to 254.12. If we see, in this case, that neither the edge signal nor the momentum cross conditions are met before 8:45 a.m. Pacific, then these orders will automatically cancel themselves, and the only one that will remain active is our static order since we don't have any special conditions tied to it. So there you have it. This is how you place automated trading orders inside of ThinkOrSwim to let ThinkOrSwim and the platform do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Especially if you have technical triggers that you're waiting for to see, hey, if this happens, only then I'm looking to get long. This is a great way to automate that. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our automated trading tutorials. The first 2 are completely free here. In fact, all of the videos are free, so you can get an idea of exactly what's going on, follow along with the code, all of that good stuff, and build a good foundation. I'll pause the video here, and let's see what happens to this trade inside of Johnson & Johnson. Okay, so I'm going to unpause the video so hopefully we can see this live. As of right now, this candle is still turning on and off. There's about, 30 seconds left for it. It's flirting right below 255.99. So if this candle closes below 255.99 and still retains this edge signal, we should see that first automated trading order switch from essentially being watching to now being an order that's actively waiting to be filled. Let's see if that happens. Okay. And just like that, we got filled 255.71. We didn't get creative, remember, on this with the bid price or any of that. So now we just wait. In terms of our target on this particular trade, well, I'm still looking to build a slightly bigger position here. So if we can get it, but the target For right now, let's put it maybe at 258.69. Here's what ended up happening inside of Johnson & Johnson. We still have the swing trade that's open with the open gap. So we have the larger term trade that's still open for those of you that don't mind holding overnight. For the actual entry that we had taken, we got the entry near 255.80 after that edge signal fill and rode that up to 257.11. You can ignore the second set of orders. Those were the momentum cross orders, which we had to cancel out right away, basically because it got in a little too early. So the trade in essence, 255.80 to 257.11, very little heat, and still have Johnson & Johnson open for a longer term move up to about 265 for this gap fill. Hope this video was helpful for learning how to place automated trading orders using some pre-built code and our volatility models. Take care, and I'll see you in the next update.